but yeah, they just thought there'd be more, I guess.
Sure. I feel the same way. Like that's I think you put it in a good way. Is I don't necessarily feel that it's short because I feel like the pacing is slow compared to other sports, but I feel like there should be more. I don't come away feeling fulfilled on understanding like the story, all that other stuff, I guess.
Like, so by more, what do you mean? Like
that's
more,
what I don't know.
Like, do you think more people within that stepladder?
Maybe. So not to give away any of our trade secrets, but this is part of the reason that we have 2 matches going at the same time, because you're getting more boys. So they both 5 games, right? Mm-hmm. So say that our matches were 1-game matches. You could essentially have 5 rounds and bowl the same amount of games they did. So if you have 10 people or whatever, you can have significantly more amount of people. Not 10 people. You'd have like 16 people. You could have 16 people bowl 1-game bracket matches at the same time, and it take the same amount of time that this show took. So, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I mean by more, but I definitely feel that there should be more of something. I don't know if it should take longer per se, because I think the show is still 2 hours. Okay. But I don't feel like there's enough in that 2 hours, personally. And it sounds like they obviously don't feel that way too. They thought there'd be more. Mm-hmm. More of what? Maybe that's a good question. We'll have Hayden on the show one time.
I'm sure he would look up. I
would have to edit out a lot of stuff out of the show. So the second match, EJ versus Kyle Troop. I don't really remember this match much. I was playing my game with Colby, and while I was watching,
Kyle Troop was. I'm pretty sure this was the game, but Kyle Troop was like on fire.
Yeah, he bowled really good the middle 2 games, I believe.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember much from. EJ lost because he wrapped a 10-pin. He beat Bill. Oh, this was the one he lost. It was close. And he had to double in the 10th to win and wrapped a 10. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Then everybody's clapping. They stood up clapping while EJ just, I don't know what he did. His glasses came off. He wasn't wearing his glasses anymore, and they cut to his face shot and clearly upset. And everybody's just standing there clapping. Bowling's funny, man. I just don't understand. It just doesn't.
Well, I feel like for the crowd, that's kind of an awkward position because you're you don't want to clap because he just lost, but you want to clap because Kyle Troop just advanced. Like, I feel like that's hard.
Maybe we need to do how volleyball or tennis, to win, you have to have offensively won, right? So if you're in a match point essentially, and the other person has control of the serve and they hit it, and you have to have the serve to win, basically. If they serve and lose a point, technically you get the ball back, and now you have the opportunity to score. And so in a tight game, you have to have served, and I guess you could still hit one out. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I would like to see someone in bowling offensively win. I think that's the best case scenario, is when someone not on the bench does something to win instead of the opponent losing the game, basically.
Well, I feel like in a lot of stepladders, and I'm sure this isn't true for
just have to let me know if
quite a few, but a lot of them, even in other sports, the team.
Sorry, y'all. We had some technical difficulties there. The internet quit on us, and we had to restart the stream. So we're back. Qualifying. We'll start here in about 80 minutes. So until then, we're going to rip the podcast again because we don't want to be copyright struck. They got copyrighted music playing right now. And we'll be back, Green Flag Racing, like Brunswick said, here in just a moment.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Striking Kicks podcast. I think this is episode 8, or yesterday's was episode 8. I don't know, because you said it was 8, because there's 8 episodes, or 9. You said it was, because there's 8 episodes in there.
Yeah, it said 8, and then there were 2 episode 6s,
Yeah.
No episode 7.
Right.
But it said we had 8 uploaded, so this could be 10.
Yeah, who's to say? Who is to say at this point? The last one I said was season 2, episode 1, I think is what I put in there. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to talk about the U.S. Open, the review. We had the preview of the U.S. Open. Now this is the review of the U.S. Open. And then we are going to talk a little bit about CB Tour season number 2.
Yep.
And some of the improvements, I guess the first half dates, maybe a couple of little sneaky peeks into the second half of season 2. See how we're feeling. But yeah, season, episode whatever, 10, I guess. We're just going to say 10.
Well,
Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Season 2, episode 2. And let's fire off, Kens.
Let's do it. So what do you think about the U.S. Open?
U.S. Open. Well, I was a little perturbed at the 2026 World Cup schedule announcement after they had already changed the time, I believe, to 3:30 today, 3:30 Eastern, 1:30 our time. 1:30 came around. They were on the YouTube TV guide. It still said that it was U.S. Open, but it wasn't. It was the FIFA World Cup for 2 years from now.
Yeah,
2 years from now. So that's a tough break. I wonder what the deal is with Fox. Looks like they kind of, I don't know. They treat bowling like a redheaded stepchild sometimes, and I wonder what that deal is. Shout out to Mark, commented on the PBA's Facebook post.
Yeah, Mark Farrell's a G.
Mark.
That was a good comment.
You know, I don't think it's there yet, but I do think I don't really watch any TV anymore besides sports. And I think there's going to be a pretty big revolution of people just completely dropping TV, and it won't be as big anymore. I think like CB, right, we're using that to our advantage because you can get it we have full control over the schedule and whether you can see it or not. Where the PBA obviously is hurt, or in this case hurt, by Fox's scheduling issues. However, because the PBA has been on television, traditionally most PBA fans would feel as if it was a downgrade, I would guess, to not be on TV, even though it would be free. Anybody could watch on YouTube with an internet connection. Who's to say how many more people now have access to internet than they do TV?